The gold farming market has become so significant that a platform that resembles the financial markets has been created. Traders manage real-time supply and demand and control the price of currency for different games and indispensable accessories for virtual avatars. It changes hour by hour on their websites. Switching avatars is possible in all video game networks. The rules of the gaming community are somewhat intangible. The gold farmers make the most of this to increase their turnover. The deal between a player and a seller takes place within the video game. The seller sets up an online meeting with the buyer in a quiet corner of the virtual world. After the deal has been settled by credit card, the player receives gold coins that they can use to enhance their avatar. Resellers often hack game network company servers in order to post advertisements. They do everything they can to attract customers.
那天晚上，我从10点发到12点，第二天中午12点，就发了2000多。你那边搞货，能搞得到吗？
啊，可以啊。但是你给我什么价格呀？市场现在价格是
最高价呀。
啊？
我们就按照比价器的最高价给你，只要你能够保证这个最快的发货速度，对吧？
Zane always works with the same trading company. Every day, he sells them gold coins that have been accumulated by his team. Alone is the real winner of this business transaction. As a distributor of virtual gold coins, he pockets 80% of the sale price.
Players come to us because they want to become stronger and to enhance their magical powers. They want to overtake others. But often, they don't have the ability required to obtain the powers that they want or to get essential accessories for their avatars. So they're willing to pay, to spend money on it. Enhancing an avatar is the goal of the game, but it goes beyond that. The player wants it with their heart and soul. The game gives an internal sense of well-being. It is designed to encourage the gamer to play on a long-term basis and to stay with the same avatar for years. The players feel that things that are impossible in real life are possible in video games, so they pay us.
Due to the huge success of video game networks, the companies that dominate the internet have become involved. Google, Facebook, and Apple have decided to capitalize and have their own video games online in order to attract millions of customers. Their intentions are often hidden, but the methods that they use to attract players are identical to those used by the major video game publishers. While 500,000 people party all over Los Angeles, Genova Chen's team are living life at a different rhythm. For the last 20 hours, Genova and his team have been embarked on a video game marathon. The challenge that all geeks dream of, a game jam.
Game jam is very much kind of a behavior that's widely embraced by a lot of people in different industries. It's basically a group of people gathering together, trying to make something really quick, usually within 24 hours or 48 hours. That game company working on game is very frustrating because we've never had any game like this in the past. So a lot of trial and error, but then, you know, for Game Jam, it's like we already know what to make. We've seen this kind of game before. Let's just make it in 24 hours. It's a change of pace, and also make you feel more elite.
Nick is working on the networking stuff, stuff like where the characters are and like their health and like all and their management, their interaction with the networking. Adam will be doing limbs, control, punch, block. All right, let's go. Great.
Genova and his team decided to use this 24-hour session to create a game that doesn't adhere to their usual philosophy. They want to design the kind of game that they criticized their competitors for, a game of gratuitous violence and primal instinct.
Most of the games today are about excitement, sense of accomplishment, sense of empowerment, but there isn't a sense of relax, a sense of love, a sense of hope. And so I realized game is just very young. It's like the early stage of cinema. Well, these genres of cinema started being very primal emotion, like, oh, a train coming to the station, everybody's scared. People haven't quite figured out the power of cinematography and the language of storytelling. I think it's happening with games as well. When game first started, we just make, well, the racing is exciting, let's make a car game where you're racing. Fighting is exciting, let's make a game where you fight with guns.
Creating a video game in 24 hours is not easy. Under normal circumstances, it takes 2 to 3 years of work. During a game jam, they go back to the basics. The design is minimalistic, and the character animations are simplistic.
So more damage is in like when you collide, as in if I'm punching fast.
So when you die, you melt into this little ball.
To walk, you have to one guy go forward, and then...
Wait, I thought that was just for children.
The programmers reuse computer codes that have already been used for previous games. These are shortcuts to save time. The game jam is not just a fun activity. Genova and his team use it as an opportunity to test new tools in a time-efficient manner that have changed the industry during the last 4 years. Smartphones and touch tablets are now the most used game consoles. Video game studios are constantly trying to keep up with technological revolutions. Game publishers need to move with the times.